What's up, Jivan here, bringing you another video. Today we have another installment of the How to Win in Champ Arena series, where I go over some of my wins and talk about my thought process throughout the game. The second game sent me to Division 10, so pretty hyped about that, and I ended it with a little trick shot. Let me know in the comments if you were there to see it live on stream. But yeah, let's hop right into it. So as you can see in this first game, I landed at Flopper, and I was so shambles in this first fight, he sprayed away all my mats. I literally survived with no mats. I tried to take a Bloom fight, and it did not go well, so I ran to cover and somehow still managed to win this fight, just playing angles. In this type of situation, you gotta be so patient playing behind your angles, trying to get right-hand peeks. And I just hit on low ground. I figured he probably didn't have too much more AR ammo, so I was chilling under these mats, and I just had to wait until I got the better angle. After that, I healed up, got some fish, and eventually went to zone. Zone was kind of pulling over here towards Craggy side, so that's where I rotated. And I saw someone about to leave Craggy, so I shot at them because I figured they would be down to fight if I just let them know I was here. Sure enough, they hop out of the car and we get in a little piece control battle. I'll let you guys watch it, then I'll kind of explain how I outplayed him here. So first thing to note is I kind of expect them to try to double edit up and then place this wall and piece control me. So I grab the wall before they can get it. And then eventually I drop down over here and I make sure that they only can get a left-hand peek on me. I do this by blocking off the left side, and then I grab this wall, edit through, place a cone, and then they're stuck exposed there. And then I catch them before they can run. And so then I just rotate to zone and I see somebody in a wood box and I'm like, this might be a free kill. So I go for it, turns out it is. I piece control them by getting the cone over top of them and then full box them. I probably should have stayed out of the box, but in this case I had a purple tack, so it really didn't matter. I was hoping they would have more heals for me, they did not. So then I go into dirty and I start trying to find some loot, really don't find anything. But eventually I find people fighting over here, and so I get in this fight. And this dude just literally hops into my box right away and dies. They had no HP. But the person that was fighting them pushes me directly after. I blocked their shot from their dragon shotty, and so then at that point, I'm just trying to get in. As you can see, I grab this back wall before they're able to place it, and that's like the sneakiest way to get a kill. Grab the back wall, and then slip a cone in their box, and then they're super exposed, and they usually don't expect it. As you can see, they didn't even get another shot on me. But then I'm pushing up and I try to find the other person in these builds, and they catch me off guard and get a big hit on me, so I just disengage and go back to the big pot I dropped earlier and get max HP again. At that point it's time to go to zone, and thank God I have this rift fish because I'd have to go up the mountain otherwise, and that would have been rough. So I just kind of chill here and wait for next zone to pull, and then I rift to the zone. I see a bunch of loot on the ground, so I land on it. And a lot of other people wanted that loot apparently because I start getting pushed over and over again. This person was pushing me and then they started getting pressured by other people nearby, so I just add pressure. I'm safe in my build, so I can pressure from below pretty easily. Eventually I pick up that kill and I'm max HP after that fight, and another person is pushing in right away, and so I let them psycho in. They end up disengaging, but I keep the pressure on and eventually get the kill. In a situation like that, I was safe in all my metal builds, good on mats and health, and so this person pushing me was no problem to me. I was ready for it, and I wasn't going to let that kill get away. But as soon as I get that kill, another person pushes up. I noticed that zone's pulling us in, and so I'm just going to get ahead and not worry about that fight. Once I get in zone, I see them running up behind, so I get a tag on them. I probably could have piece controlled them here and gotten a free kill, but I missed that opportunity. But either way, I'm set up really nicely to get the dub here. What's going through my mind at this point is I'm like, if I get on height here, it's a free win. So what I do is I go down to this old loot, get the refresh so I'm extra stacked for late game, and then I try to get ahead and up the mountain. That's the plan I have going into this moving zone. When the moving zone is about to happen, you should be trying to think, okay, what's the environment like around me? Are there mountains? Are there this? Are there that? And then try to get ahead and on high ground. Somebody was fighting me for height, but luckily I have all these bouncers and I'm able to keep it. When you're in a fight like this and you're bouncing up, notice how I like build multiple walls, that way it's more connected. If you just bouncer up and not build, you're probably going to get shot out pretty easily. But yeah, once this person drops and I see them go all the way down, I know everyone's on low ground, so I can get off height a little bit and kind of just try to get ahead. At this point I'm vibing, I'm pretty sure I'm going to win, and so I just do a little spinny spin, and I pick up the dub. Nice and easy. So next game I'm uncontested off spawn, and so I'm able to get pretty kitted here. Once I get my loot up, I get some extra shield, good mats, I start rotating to zone with this riff fish. I got 3 riff fish, can you believe it? Wow! And then I land on somebody because I'm in zone, I have mats, I have extra shield, I'm good to fight. That's a good checklist for when you should be fighting. In zone, have mats, have shield. Anyways, this first guy, I got really weak right off the bat, and then I was just pressuring like crazy because mans would not stop running. But eventually I pick up the kill and somebody else pushes up. So I get healed up quick and ready to fight. I missed a shot and almost choked this, but still got the kill. Something to note is I was playing a little bit too aggressive in that fight. I was jumping into their box when I should have been setting up peeks from the outside. Like setting up right hand peeks from walls I have on the other side of their box, but it's all good, I got the kill, and then somebody else rolls up. This fight, they did the psychoing, and all I had to do was hit my shots. I piece controlled them, and then they just hopped into my box, so the piece control was kind of useless, but yeah, those last 2 fights were just kind of 50-50s. Anyways, I get looted up, I go get all those extra mats, everything I need, and then I move to zone. I end up running into somebody on the way to zone, and I start a fight. This guy was actually so cracked, he was piece controlling me like crazy. Watch how I kind of counter his piece control. I'm walking backwards, because I know this man has low ping. He piece controlled me like twice already in the fight, so I'm just trying to keep some distance, let him psycho forward into my box. I'm slowly backing up, that way if he tries to full box me, I'm on the back edge of the box and hopefully I'll be able to slip out. And I'm also trying to claim things around me, so if he does piece control me, I'll have some exit points. Eventually I'm able to get some heals off, and at this point, he sees me walking backwards and running the whole fight, and then I surprise him by piece controlling him back. I let him go crazy with the piece control, try to do his thing, and I countered it by walking backwards and not letting him get me in a full box. And then when he least expected it, I piece controlled him back and got some shots on him. Eventually I pick up the kill. I almost died because I could not see him. He was like on my head. But I did it the same way I did in the last game. Remember when I grabbed the wall from behind them when they were making a box? That way I could grab the wall, place a cone in his box, and then get the kill. It almost backfired, but we survived barely. GG's to whoever that was. After that, I headed back to the old fights because I knew there was a big pot over there, and I got healed up and then headed to zone. Once I get to zone, I stop at this building because I need to farm some mats if I want to win this game. A lot of people would get impatient and just instantly hop into another fight, but if I hadn't farmed these mats, I probably would not have won the game. So on the way to zone after I farmed these mats, I got a snipe on this kid and then based up because there were a lot of people nearby. He ends up pushing me, and then I get double sprayed by the 2 people sitting around. They literally started spraying me at the same exact second. I think they might have been teaming, low-key. JK, I don't know. But anyways, I ended up having to riff because I was being pressured from 3 angles. So I fly over here and I land, heal up and everything, and then I get pushed by the same guy who was pushing me before. Mans was not happy that I sniped him. I won this fight by getting some cheeky side jump angles. He was pressuring me hard and wasn't really paying attention to his sides, so I took advantage of that and hit the side jumps. After that, I just started heading to zone. Zone was pulling far, and there was still a good amount of people alive. So I kind of took this rotate slow. I tried to find the best angle to rotate in on, and I end up running into a supply drop here. I needed that supply drop so bad that it saved me. Gave me some extra heals and some more bouncers, and I was all set for the late game. The only thing I wasn't really chilling on was mats, because this late game was going over this valley here, which was kind of sketch. So I ended up having to kind of tarp over the valley, because if I would have dropped down there, I would have lost. While I'm chilling here waiting to see where the next zone goes, I see somebody peeking heavy, so I just quick scope him real quick, go get that loot, and then focus on getting to the next zone. I bouncer ahead, and notice how I use the bouncers. I talked about this in my last video. Bouncing from inside your box is so safe. I just run into the bouncer. I don't jump. If I jump, I'll hit my head, but I just run into the bouncer and it sends me straight out of my box. And then I just get ahead. I pressure height with this RPG, trying to grief him a little bit. And then I get to the front edge of zone and I start looking back at height. If you can get ahead of zone in front of all the other players, a lot of times you'll be able to get height super free in arena. So all I had to do was build up, and then I was on high ground. And then I just start pressuring everybody below me, and at this point, it's a free win. That's literally the perfect time to take high ground. You get ahead of the moving zone and then build up. If there's someone on height on the opposite side of zone, you just spray them out. But yeah, this is the game that sent me to Division 10. Check out how I won it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to do a how to win in duos champ arena and trio champ arena video soon, where I'll just talk about our thought process throughout the game and how we W key and stuff. But yeah, drop video ideas in the comments, like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.